If you love food, you love life. That's my motto. And food is also sustenance to your life. You know, I think food helps you to recover from any ailments. Food makes you happy, makes me happy, you know, and food heals a lot of wounds. I was born in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, and then when I hit 15, we moved to Australia. I came in the UK in 1997, and then I think I started missing a little bit of, you know, home-cooked food, because I grew up with home-cooked food. Back in the day, you know, Malaysian food was not very popular and it wasn't available. So if I wanted something, I had to learn how to cook it, or I had to call my mum and say, hey, how did you cook this? Today I'm cooking gulai tumis fish curry. So gulai tumis has all the umamis that I love, the sweet, the salty, the spicy, the sour. You've got the chilies, the palm sugar, the onions, the garlic, the turmeric, the lemongrass, the ginger. It's a fusion between Malay and Chinese, because when the Chinese immigrated to Malaysia in the mining days, you know, gold mining, when they married the Malay, the local women, it's a fusion of the two cultures really. So that's why you've got the spicy and the sweet and the sour. So it's just the lime leaves going in. It's one of my favorite dishes. People love it. You know, they absolutely love it. You know, until there's nothing left in the pot. So I just put a bit of water so that it's able to blitz. So the first time I went back, it was after 10 years, and I loved it. Just bringing back memories, the smells, the amazing food, rediscovering all these amazing dishes from the different cultures, you know, the Peranakans, the Indian food, the Chinese food, the Malay food. I couldn't stop eating. So when I came back to London, all these senses came back, you know, all these love for all these amazing food came back, and that's when I started to cook again, or I went out to see if I could find it in the UK, in London. So put the fish in to cook. And I'm also going to add some ginger flour to it. It just gives it a different dimension. When I had my first child, I started cooking a lot more, and I would invite local mums, so we would all get together and have lunch together, because, you know, when you have a baby, it can be quite lonely, I suppose. So I would say, okay, well, I'll cook the food. So I would make 8 or 9 dishes. And I had a lot of friends who were DJs, and I've got decks in my kitchen, so we would just have a full-on party really in my kitchen while the kids are all, you know, in the lounge. That way then my baby would also enjoy the music, the food, you know, the friends that I have. So that's how it all started. At least once a month or every quarter we would all get together, and then if there's leftovers, people were like doggy bag. They would take it all home. That's what I was known for in the community. I want my children to see a part of where they come from, you know, sort of a part of where I come from. So my roots, the Chinese roots, the Malaysian roots, you know, all the foods that I now cook at home. You know, they love the laksa, they love all the spicy food. You know, they experience all the different diverse cultures that Malaysia has to offer. And also I want the children to understand that food doesn't come from the microwave. You have to actually peel the garlic. You've got to cry when you're peeling the onions. And then when you forget that you've cut chilies, and then suddenly you rub your eyes, you're crying because you forgot, you know. So I want my children to understand that if everything else fails, food will heal you. It really does. It's a healing property. So my food is not just eating, it's also, you have the ginger, you've got the turmeric, you know, healing properties for life, you know. I think people have forgotten about that. You know, people now eat microwave food, and there's no vitamins in them, there's nothing healing about it. Whereas if you cook everything from scratch, you know where your food's coming from, you know why it's good for you. Bon appetit!